thought they were innocent. They generally consented to the search of the vehicle. They were all very surprised when drugs were purportedly found in their vehicle, and they were in disbelief. So the fact that their response was consistent with someone who's innocent, was consistent with someone who, had no idea that he or she had drugs in her vehicle, that bodes well for the prosecution.
And what are you looking to hear in the next stage of this trial? What do you think? Where do you think that the prosecution's going to go?
Prosecution is going to ramp up their case. We know that Odin was the best victim. She actually had to testify with a victim advocate because this was such a traumatic experience for her. That was very emotional, and I think the jury is going to pick up on that as well. I think we're going to start to pivot towards more law enforcement witnesses. Ms. Chase was the first one to lay the foundation for the analysis of the video. We know the video is the strongest evidence, and we're going to look for more senior folks in Florida law enforcement that are going to tell this jury what that video shows, because it didn't really come out during victim Odin's interview and examination.
And what about this search of people's vehicles? I think for a lot of people watching this trial, they would say, should I let a police officer look in my car? If I don't have anything to hide, should I let an officer inspect my vehicle?
The conventional wisdom, from an attorney perspective, is no. Officers generally need one of a few things to search someone's vehicle. Search incident to arrest. If you're arrested, officers can search your vehicle. Otherwise, they need probable cause that that vehicle contains evidence of a crime or instrumentality of a crime. Again, that's not something that we had in this case. That's why the officer asked to bring the canine dog. The dog alerts to the vehicle. That would establish probable cause to search it for drugs. And the third reason, if the vehicle for some reason is impounded, then officers can search the vehicle incident to it being impounded. But generally, those are the three reasons. And again, conventional advice is, and this is coming from a former prosecutor, is don't consent to your vehicle being searched.
Yeah, that's a big headline here. And we do know that Officer Wester will take the stand for the defense, for his defense. What do you think the strategy will be for the defense in having Officer Wester take the stand in his own case?
Whenever a criminal defendant takes the stand in a trial, the entire focus of the jury will shift to that testimony. It will make or break the case. He better do an outstanding job during his direct examination, because those jurors are going to be watching every second of that testimony to see, is this someone who's truthful? Is this someone who's honest? Is this someone I should trust? Or is this someone I should convict and send to state prison? On the prosecution side, on the other hand, that sort of opens the door to all the misconduct that we've been talking about, not just these 12 victims, but everything else that he's done that has been dishonest, that has been deceitful, that has violated the public trust. And that's how, again, the state is going to try to dirty him up and make sure the jury does not like him and can return a guilty verdict.
And I think everyone's wondering what the motive may have been for planting these drugs, what was behind all of these actions that he's accused of. But let's take a listen to what we heard